I'm the reason the clothing brand Diesel got popular in the United States. Here's how I did that. You see, I ran a clothing store back in my 20s when I dropped out of college, and my store was the very first store in the US to bring Diesel in. We actually became the favorite store of Diesel's owner, Renzo Russo. You see, my father owned this clothing store for over 20 years, and he was getting ready to close it because it was hemorrhaging money. It was on track to lose over $1.5 million in that final year. But I made a deal with him that I'd get it back to break even within 6 months, and if I did, he'd renew the lease, and we'd be 50-50 partners from that point forward. I got us to break even and took the store to over $7.5 million in sales. I really wanted to make this store a success, and Diesel, I saw, was a critical component in making that happen. I saw their ads. I loved their style, and I tried to get them, but at first they said no very clearly. And the reason that they said no to me was because, to be honest, my store was shit. And truthfully, they were right. At that time, it would have hurt their brand to actually be in my store. But as my team and I started making the store cooler, better, and different from any other store on the planet, we became Renzo's favorite store in the world. In fact, if you worked for Diesel during that time and you were in the United States, you were required to visit New York City to see my store. Years later, when Diesel opened their own stores, they hired my general manager, Frank, and made him president of retailing. And they also hired my head of visuals, Paul, and made him head of visuals for all stores. You see, we were the first ones to bring it into the United States, and that's the reason that you see them in stores today and their own stores all over the world.